Hello everybody, my name is Penguin, and today I'm going to show you this, which is my latest Space Engineer's creation. Yes, it's another one. This is the South Star. It's kind of like a trading outpost satellite thing, and yeah, so that's basically it. So it's got these four arms, and three of these have got these connectors on the end. And this is really awkward when it's spinning. I might go and turn the spinning off. Give me a second. So yeah, three of these arms have got these connectors on the end, which you may recognise because I've used them on a lot of my other big ships, all my other big ships, as my main connector. Also on these arms, you've got these which just look good. I think I actually kind of had it inspired by the Hammerhead Corvette from Rogue One. I've seen some of those built in Space Engineers as well, but I've decided to use a similar sort of Hammerhead-ish design, Hammerhead-esque design on here, and it's got these obviously weapons. So it's definitely not a military thing. You couldn't use this to fight anybody. Depending on what it came up against, it can pack a punch against, say, a fighter or a couple of fighters or something like that. But it's got very little defense. So these arms are held on. Literally, you could get one missile to any of these windows, and the entire thing has to depressurize. There's it's all one thing. So unless you can set up a force field or something like that, the entire thing's gone. But no, it can destroy a couple of things. The main thing these are going to be useful for is destroying asteroids or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, these connectors. Although one of these arms is slightly different. That did not go well. One of these arms is slightly different, and I've got to find out which one is this one. So the idea of this one is this is completely open, and I realised that you could dock 4 large ships onto here, but no smaller ships. So here you can have a shuttle or something like that come in, and drop off people or supplies. You've got all the connectors for people to drop off supplies, so you don't really need it for that, but you can drop off people, because those, unfortunately, you can't just shove people through connectors. But you can fly any ship. Although I haven't actually tested it with the M class, I have to admit. And I don't think the M class is huge. I really need to make a much smaller people carrier, because this thing's huge. It doesn't fit into any of my designs. I might show you docking a larger ship as well, but the inside is fairly basic. You've got some sofas in here. It's not designed to have any permanent residence, really. It's literally it's kind of a trading outpost, kind of like what I can imagine using it as is you could have some shuttles come up here so obviously you've got the station above a planet. You can have the shuttles fly up from the planet and dock on here, either small shuttles in the small bay, or large ones onto the main ship, and people can get off large sort of interplanetary ships. They can come onto this. They can get in the little or the smaller planet, space to planet ships, and go down to the surface or come up from the surface, whichever way they're going. So you've got these sofas, because you can have people waiting around. The space one gets in early. The planetary one's running a bit late. You're gonna have a lot. You could end up with quite a few people here, by themselves, not a lot to do. So that's really about it for down here. Upstairs, you've got that's the gyroscope. It's got one singular gyroscope, and that's just to give it the spin. But up here you've got a bit of control. You've got enough these control centres for people to look at all the ships that are coming in. You've got these little hollow tables, which so you can know who's coming in, who's on their way. You can tell that the space one's going to be late or early, and the planetary ships are running late. You know that. You got it all running through here, and you can organise everything. So yeah, that's about it really. Right, so this is the ship I'm going to dock. This is actually another space station, so this isn't really a scenario that would happen, although I can imagine it happening actually. This is in fact my this is a fairly new creation, and I'm going to do a video about this as well. This is a mining outpost, but I'll go into that more detail on that later. None of these really have much manoeuvrability, so this is going to be a bit interesting, and I hadn't thought of that when I planned this. So there we go. Those two are now they should, apparently the two ships, they're close enough they should merge, but they're not. Are they? What is happening then? Right, all these connectors should be on. All these connectors should be close enough to connect. But you can see the idea, can't you? These two should connect, and then each one extends their hangar doors, and an airtight seal is made. Although, again, why they're not actually, merging, I don't know. You can see where that airtight seal would be, and it should be there, but it's not working. Now what's happened is that's just destroyed the things, and I'm now being thrown forwards very slowly towards the cargo containers of this ship. I'd like to point out this is not what was meant to happen. Well, now I'm floating off into space. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, which will probably be me showing off that mining outpost. Goodbye.